Welcome back, Off-Grid Rebels, to video 3 of our homesteading saga. You're ready to break free, to plant your flag in the wild and build a life untamed. But where? This isn't just picking a spot on a map. This is about claiming your kingdom, your fortress of freedom. No schedules, no traffic jams, just you and the raw pulse of nature. Finding that perfect patch of wilderness is your first big win, and trust me, it's a thrill worth chasing. So ditch those city maps and grab your compass, because in this video we're diving deep into the wild world of off-grid homesteading. We're going to scout the terrain, anticipate the dangers, and unleash your homestead destiny. Out here, water is lifeblood, the most precious resource you've got. Forget utility hookups, we're talking pure, natural sources. Your best bet: a flowing river, a babbling creek, a spring bubbling up from the earth, ideally within a quarter mile of your base camp. That's how you win the water game. Now, if there's no constant flow, don't panic. Rainfall becomes your backup plan. Check the annual averages on weather maps. 30 inches a year will keep those water barrels full. Don't just take their word for it, test it yourself. Dig a hole a good couple of feet deep and see if it pools. Remember Mike in Tennessee? Snagged a creekside plot, built his cabin right by the water. Dry land's a rookie trap, don't fall for it. Sunlight isn't just about getting a tan, it's your off-grid power plant. South-facing slopes in the northern hemisphere are your prime hunting grounds. Maximum sun exposure, no shade from pesky hills or trees blocking your energy source. Flat land will do the job, but you absolutely want to avoid north-facing slopes or dense forests. Use a sun chart app. Plug in the coordinates of your potential homestead and see how many hours of sunlight you're working with. Lisa, tough as nails out in Oregon, picked a sunny ridge. Now her $200 solar kit runs her lights, charges her devices, even powers a small fridge year-round. Remember, shadow's the enemy, so scout it out like you're tracking prey. We're not just surviving out here, we're thriving. Soil is your off-grid breadbasket. You want loam, dark, crumbly, holds water but drains well. Grab a handful of soil. Sandy soil slips through fingers, no good. Clay clumps together, not ideal. Loam is crumbly like coffee grounds. Raised beds turn tough ground into a gardener's paradise. Even in the wilderness, there are rules to the game. Legal zoning is your stealth hurdle. Counties love their regulations. Some ban off-grid builds, others demand permits. Check online for zoning laws. Look for unrestricted or agricultural. Call the county clerk. Ask about tiny homes, solar, composting toilets. Avoid fines by knowing the rules. Rural areas offer more freedom. Scout smart, stay informed. Isolation is romantic until you're snowed in, your supplies are dwindling, and help is days away. Accessibility is your lifeline to civilization. A good gravel road beats no road any day. Reliable access is crucial for supply runs and emergencies. Proximity to a town is a huge bonus. Being 20 miles from civilization means you can stock up easily. Sarah picked a spot in Colorado, 5 miles from a village. Plan ahead. Choosing a homestead is about building a life you love. Dense forests offer timber and shade. Plains are perfect for solar panels and gardens. Hills offer views and wind power. Love rain? The Pacific Northwest calls, but wet zones can flood. Dry spots offer sunshine but little water. Picture your perfect morning. This is your call. Choose wisely. Don't let this stay a daydream. It's time to turn your off-grid vision into reality. Land is still relatively cheap when you're living off the grid. You can find raw, untouched parcels for around $1,000 an acre in beautiful rural U.S. spots like Missouri or New Mexico. Websites like Realtor.com or LandWatch list these hidden gems. Start your search by filtering for water sources, acreage, and price range. But don't just click through listings. Get your boots on the ground. Visit these places, walk the land, camp out under the stars, and get a feel for the energy. Talk to the locals. They'll tell you the truth about floods, droughts, or those pesky mosquitoes we talked about. Remember Amy? Found 5 acres in Idaho with a natural spring for a steal. $4,000. Now she's got chickens roaming around her solar-powered cabin. Finding your dream homestead is a hunt, no doubt. But every no, every dead end, every property that doesn't feel quite right is just getting you closer to that resounding yes. Don't let this stay a daydream. It's time to turn your off-grid vision into reality. Land is still relatively cheap when you're living off the grid. You can find raw, untouched parcels for around $1,000 an acre in beautiful rural US spots like Missouri or New Mexico. Websites like Realtor.com or LandWatch list these hidden gems. But don't just click through listings, get your boots on the ground, visit these places, walk the land, camp out under the stars. Talk to the locals, they'll tell you the truth about floods, droughts, or those pesky mosquitoes. Found 5 acres in Idaho with a natural spring for a steal, $4,000. Now she's got chickens roaming around her solar-powered cabin. Finding your dream homestead is a hunt, no doubt, but every no, every dead end, every property that doesn't feel quite right is just getting you closer to that resounding yes. You've got the knowledge, you've got the grit. Now go claim your kingdom. Remember, finding your perfect homestead is just the first step. Next up, we're getting our hands dirty and setting up your first water source. Stay tuned, things are about to get wild. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below telling me about your dream homestead location. Let's conquer the wild together.